Hey, this is Alireza here. In this video, I'm going to do some practical project that it can take your knowledge to a higher level. Additionally, you're supposed to know all the concepts in this video, in this scenario, as a network engineer at your job, right? In this scenario, we have one central office, which is named headquarters, and two other branches in different spots, in different locations. Imagine that the company where you're working at asks you to make the connection among these sites. And definitely, they expect you to implement two crucial components, speed and security. What would you do? So be with me until the end of this video as I will show you the best solution in an emulator it likes with you in a real environment. All right, let's go. So this is our scenario here. We got 3 fortigates. By the way, guys, I was about making everything happen, everything ready, in order to work with the tunnel connection and testing that only, but you would have been confused, right? So I decided to configure everything from the beginning until the project is done. So this is GNS3, a perfect emulator. So if you know nothing about GNS3, please text me. I will find some time to make a tutorial for learning GNS3 completely. Alright, we have 3 fortigates in this scenario: headquarters, marketing branch, and finance branch. And we got some ISP zone in the middle, which is MikroTik OS. I have already imported some MikroTik OS in GNS3 for ISP zone as a router, and I'm going to configure this router in this scenario. What if there are many routers and path along the way, as you know, in ISP zone in real world? Now we need to see other branches land through a connection which reliability and of course speed must be high. So we order some private WAN service from our internet service provider for 3 spots, for 3 locations, as you know, for headquarters and 2 other branches. This service might be different names by ISP, like throughput or private WAN, I don't know, but MPLS is a famous name that we all know what it is. We only should use this service for the important branches which are very needed, guys, because MPLS is one of the most expensive services that your ISP can offer. In MPLS, the packets would be routed in a private path to reach to the destination. So nobody can see the IPs that are assigned to the organization router. That's why we call this service private WAN. We can claim it is secure because we cannot be seen from the outside by no one. But it is not encrypted, guys, by the way. Now ISP gives you MPLS for 3 locations, right? For headquarters, marketing, and finance branch. What the best solution to connect these sites? Well, some network experts may recommend to use, secure connection protocols like IPsec, LTTP, or WireGuard, right? But these protocols decrease speed because of the encryption. My solution to be more efficient in this scenario is GRE tunnel, generic routing encapsulation. GRE is not encrypted but encapsulated, which provides a reliable connection. GRE is also supported by most of the network devices companies like Fortinet, MikroTik, Cisco, and etc. By the way, guys, you may have many branches in a real environment. It doesn't matter how many branches we have, but technically we need to connect headquarters to each site and then manage and route the packets to the destination. So all these operations must be handled by the HQ, headquarters firewall. So we firstly establish GRE between HQ and marketing branch. And then we do the same, all these things for headquarter and finance branch. And whatever the access they want to see other LANs, we give them from headquarter at last. All right, let's go to the laboratory. All right, let's start to power on our virtual network devices. Really quick. It takes several minutes all the devices to show up, so I'm gonna pause the video until all the devices are up. Alright, all of the devices are up and ready to work. Let's open the headquarter FortiGate SSH. Let's log in into this FortiGate with admin for the user and no password. See, FortiGate asks you for new password. It doesn't allow you to continue actually because of the security purpose. You need to input your new password here to continue. So admin again, no password. For new password, I input my password with complexity. Now we are in our FortiGate in headquarters. Now the first thing we have to do is to change our host name in each FortiGate here. Guys, it is strongly recommended to change your host name in your job because you may have several or many FortiGates in a real environment, your project, and it is hard to manage or know what is that FortiGate you're working with. So now I'm gonna change all the host names here. Change my host name in headquarters. So I'm gonna name this FortiGate to, for example, FG-HQ for headquarters with typing and the changes are going to be saved. Now I'm going to change the rest of the FortiGate host names here. Then we're going to continue our process. FG-HQ for our headquarters, FG-marketing for marketing branch, and FG-finance for the finance branch. In the next step, we need to assign IP for each leg in the ISP router, which are connected to the FortiGates. Because before establishing our GRE tunnel, we need to see the other public IPs in the WAN. Let's open the ISP router SSH console. By default, for the user, we input admin, password, no password, no. It asks me for a new password. I can skip it. I don't need it right now. Now I'm gonna assign address to the ether is connected to the headquarters. Let me find out what the ether is first. Ether 1, right? So add address 10. As you can see the address in headquarters WAN. 10.33.128 network, right? 33.128. So I assign 1/24 network plus. Guys, if you know nothing about TCP IP concepts, please stop my video right now and go past the network plus because it is extremely important. Select tab to see the next command, interface. So now we have to define the interface was ether 1, right? Ether 1. The second one, let me know what the ether is connected to the marketing branch. Ether2, add address 10.33.109. As you can see, the WAN IP in marketing branch. 1/24 interface Ether2. The last one, Ether3 is connected to the finance branch. Add address 10.33.131/24 for interface Ether3. Let's go back first. Now let's check it out. It's ping 10.33.128.1. Alright, the IPs are assigned successfully. In the next step, I need to connect to the FortiGate web interface, the graphical interface, to do the rest of the project. To do so, first of all, I need to check a couple of things here. Let me minimize these. Open the VMware workstation. This GNS3 is the virtual machine we are working. Setting network adapter. The first network adapter is 0, which is connected to the internet. We don't have to do with this one. We need this one, network adapter 2, the second one, VMnet 5, which is defined in our VMware workstation host only. Let me show you. Look, this is host only, VMnet 5, and the network is 10.33.50/24, right? And another thing I have to check is my network adapters in my computer. So the virtual network adapter, VMnet 5, here, alright, they already assigned IP 10.33.50/100/24. Ping this IP 10.33.50/100. It is connected to the host, the computer we're working with. And to complete the task, going to GNS3, to complete the task, we have to create 3 clouds for each FortiGate here. First one, look at this, guys. We have to define GNS3 VM. The first one, the second one, GNS3, second one, the last one. All right, we've got 3 clouds here, and I'm gonna connect the Ether3 to the cloud Ether1. If you remember, the first network adapter was connected to the internet, and the second one was for the host only, the VMnet 5, right? So connected to the Ether1 port 3 to Ether1 port 3 to Ether1. All right, let me relocate the clouds in here and cloud 3 here. Perfect. Guys, cloud is one of the elements in GNS3 which is useful to connect your virtual appliance to your computer. In the next step, we need to assign IP to the Ether3, which is connected to the cloud for each FortiGate. Now let's log into each FortiGate. Let me close this tab first. For assigning IP to an interface in FortiGate, we need to go to interface mode with config system interface. Edit port what? Port 3 with input set IP. What was the network of the VMnet 5? 10, 33, 50. And for the headquarter, I'm gonna assign 5050 with subnet mask /24. Another setting we have to set is append allo access ping HTTP and HTTPS. Why? I want to connect to the web interface, the graphical interface, which is HTTP and HTTPS. And we also need ping, right? So with input end, all the changes have saved. We do the same for the rest of the FortiGates in this scenario. All right, let's go. It out. I'm gonna open my CMD here. Ping 5050, the headquarter interface. The connection is okay. And the second one, marketing branch 33, 50, 60 is marketing branch 50. All right, the connection is okay. And the last one, finance branch, ping 31, 33, 50, and 70. And the last one, finance branch, is okay. And we definitely can open the web interface with these IPs, 33, 50, 50. Perfect. This is my headquarter FortiGate. Second one, 33, 50, 60. This is my marketing branch FortiGate web interface. And the last one, 30, 50, and 70, my finance branch FortiGate. Now it's time to assign our main IPs to the interfaces. As the map says, all the ports number 1 are connected to the LAN zone. And all the ports number 10 are connected to the ISP zone. So we have to assign these WAN IPs to the port 10 in our FortiGates, right? So let's jump into the web interface, my headquarter. Admin and the password. Perfect. This is the graphical interface that it was supposed to be. Going to network, interfaces. I start from port 10, which is WAN. I define the alias to WAN. Manual, I define, as the map says, this WAN in headquarter. I said, let's say 1033 128 10/24, right? As the map says. We only need ping because the HTTPS and SSH in this interface is not needed. We open the SSH from the console in GNS3, and we open the HTTPS and HTTP from port 3, which is connected to the cloud. And we just need ping for WAN. Okay. Next port is port 1, which is connected to the LAN. The alias would be LAN. We only need ping for this interface. The LAN, as you can see, the network LAN is 192.168.1, right? So I'm going to assign 192.168.1/24. And okay, we have done with this headquarter. And the next one, admin. You're in the console in marketing branch. Let's go to the network. We have a map here. As always, let's go to the port 10, which is connected to the ISP router. The alias would be WAN, and manual IP would be 10.33.129.10/24. As always, we need only ping. Okay. And the second one is port 1, which is connected to the LAN in marketing branch with network 2, which the alias would be LAN manual, and the IP 192.168.21/24 with no HTTPS, only ping. Okay, we have done with the marketing branch. And the last one, let's jump into the finance branch. Here, as the map says, let's go into the port 10. Let's go into port 10. The alias WAN 10.33.130 and 10. Oops. 100/24. We need only ping. Okay. And port 1, which is LAN, alias LAN. It is connected to the LAN, which the network is 392.168.3. So we're gonna set manual IP 192.168.3.1/24. Only ping is needed, right? Okay. And all of the fortigates are set. We only need test, right? So the first thing we have to do right now is test the connection between my FortiGate and ISP zone. As the map says, I have to ping. If you remember, we assigned 1 to each leg in ISP router, right? So we have to, let me open at the same time, execute. We are in headquarter FortiGate. Execute ping 10.33.128.1, the ISP router. As you can see, the connection is okay. All the connections are okay to the ISP router. And the second thing we have to check out is the connection among the sites. So we have to see the other public IPs in the WAN, right? So we are in headquarter at the moment. Let's execute ping, for example, marketing branch 10.33.129.10, right? As you can see, there is no connection between headquarter and marketing branch. So the next component to check out is trace route. With execute trace route, the marketing branch WAN IP 3309.10. Let me trace the packets. As you can see, the network is unreachable. What does it mean? Which means we do not have any route in this firewall. The first thing to conduct the packets to the destination is writing your routes. So let's go to the static route. Let's go in the left bar, going to network and static route, create some new static route. Remember that we are in headquarter. I repeat that. I say anybody wants to see to this is everywhere 0/0/0 has to go to WAN port, which is connected to the ISP router, right? The gateway is the next hop, which is our ISP leg. It was 10.33.128.1. Okay, let's create the same static route for marketing branch. Static route, we are in marketing branch. Create new, everywhere, destination everywhere, going to WAN port for gateway 10.33.129.1, the ISP leg, and going to finance branch. Really quick, creating some static route here, create new, everywhere, destination, interface WAN port 10, which is connected to the outside, and the gateway is 10.33.131, right? So all of the FortiGates now have their static routes. Let's check it out again. Execute ping 133. We are in headquarters, guys. 9, 10. See, the connection right now is okay. So we tissued and we found out that we need some static routes to see the destination. So all of the ports, if we check it out, execute ping, we are in finance branch, guys, right? Execute ping 10.33.128.10. This is the headquarter WAN IP. As you can see, all the connections are okay. Alright guys, we're testing the connection from our FortiGate firewall at the edge. And we also need internet access for the clients in our local area networks. So let's go to the GNS3 and start the local area network zone, power on and power on. Alright, really quick, I'm gonna assign IP to the client. Let me change the font size, 13 bold. Alright, really quick. For assigning IP to the PC in GNS3, we input IP, then the IP we are assigning, for example, the IP we are assigning is 192.168.1 network, right? And 11 for PC1 and 12 for PC2. So 92.168.1, 11, and then your subnet mask /24, and then at the end we input our gateway 192.168.1.1, the FortiGate leg in here. Let's check it out. Ping the FortiGate leg in here, the gateway 192.168.1.1. The connection between the gateway and the LAN is okay. Now I'm gonna quickly assign other IPs to the other LAN. Are assigned to the client successfully. And another thing we have to check is the internet access. So ping another site, for example, marketing branch, ping 10.33.129.10. As you can see, it gives me timeout. we tissued, we trace the packet here, trace 10.33.129.10. Alright, this means that the packets are dropped to get into the firewall, which means that the packets are coming from the incoming interface, are not allowed to go anywhere. Now we need to give them right to access the internet. To the packets are coming from the incoming interface, LAN. So let's go into the firewall console. In headquarters, we start from headquarters as always. At the previous action, we created some static route in network. Now we need to go to the policy and objects here. Go into firewall policy, create new policy here. And I name it Internet Access. Incoming interface is basically LAN. Outgoing interface is WAN, which the traffic goes through the WAN to the internet, and source IP. Input all to the source and the destination IP right now, but you shouldn't leave it in all in your real environment, guys, because of the security purpose. So always create your new ranges. Destination, all, service, all, action, accepted. We definitely need not enable here, because our LAN IPs, the private IPs, need to be translated to reach to the destination in the WAN. So click OK. The internet access in headquarters is created. In marketing branch, go into firewall policy, create new, name it internet access. Incoming is LAN, outgoing is basically WAN. Source IP, I leave it in all because I have no time to create new zone, to create new IP ranges. Destination is all, service all, and we do need NAT as always. Okay. The fortigate marketing is okay. Going to what? Finance. We're going to firewall policy and create new policy here. I name it internet access, LAN, WAN, source IP, all, service, all, and we do need NAT here. Okay, and let's check it out, guys. Let's go to the client PC2, for example. In the headquarter LAN, we ping 10.33.129.10, the marketing branch WAN IP. All right, the connection is okay right now, and we can see the other public IPs from the local area network. All right, finally, we're at the point that it was supposed to be, where I wanted to start from it, but I showed you everything for those who want to see the progress, and also for those who want to build their laboratory step by step with me. But actually, guys, I have to tell you that the main story is just starting from here to establish the connections among the sites, working with GRE, and represent how to manage the packets over internet. All right, let's continue. Let's take a look at the map in GNS3. All right, in the next step, I want to establish GRE connection between headquarters and each branch here. I'm gonna configure GRE tunnel between headquarter and marketing branch, and then configuring GRE tunnel between headquarter and finance branch. Bad news, there is no graphical interface for creating GRE tunnel, and all the process is handled by command line in SSH. So guys, making GRE connection is included of several commands and some configurations in static routes and firewall policy. So don't worry, I'm gonna upload all the documentations in my LinkedIn page so you can find me out there. Alright, let's start with headquarter FortiGate. Now I'm gonna insert marketing GRE tunnel configuration in headquarter FortiGate. So to start a task, I'm gonna go into GRE tunnel configuration with config system GRE tunnel. With question mark, you can see other commands, and with edit, a suitable name would be anything you want, but in this case I'm gonna name this tunnel GRE-marketing. As you can see, GRE-marketing is added with set interface. What is the interface which the outside traffic goes through? Right, port 10. Port 10. Another setting, set remote gateway. What is the remote gateway for headquarter? It is marketing branch WAN IP, which is 10.33.129.10, and set local gateway. What is a local gateway? It is WAN IP in headquarter, which is 10.33.128.10. I think all is set, and we type in next and end. All the changes are going to be saved. Now the GRE-marketing interface, which is virtual, is created. Now we need to configure this virtual interface. So now going to interface mode with config system interface. With typing show, you can see all the information about interfaces in FortiGate, such as physical and virtual ports. I'm looking for the virtual interface that we just made. GRE marketing with edit, GRE-marketing in the interface. Now set, the first thing I need to set is interface. The outside traffic goes through port 10, right? It's set IP. Alright guys, basically this is a point-to-point tunnel, and we need to assign a single IP to the node in GRE tunnel. So we have to assign /32 to the subnet mask. Also, the system doesn't allow us to continue with other subnet masks. For example, /2. Let me try out. Let's say this IP 172.16.100.1. I'm going to assign the subnet mask with /24. See, the system doesn't allow. So again, set IP 172.16.100.1. At this time, I'm going to assign /32. It is set, and set remote IP. What is the remote IP? It would, let's say, 172.16.100.2 with subnet mask /32, right? All right. Another thing is set allow access. We need only ping, and set type of the interface, which is tunnel. It is tunnel. And we type in next and end. It is say, let me try out. Execute ping 120 72 1601. The GRE tunnel. It is set successfully. Alright, let's jump into the marketing branch FortiGate. With config system GRE tunnel with edit a suitable name. A suitable name would be, for example, GRE-HQ, which stands for headquarter. Set remote gateway. What is a remote gateway? Headquarter WAN IP, right? 128.10. And set local gateway, which is our marketing branch WAN IP. With next and end. Saved. Let's go into interface mode. Interface again with edit GRE HQ. With typing show, you can see the configuration here. Set IP 72 1602/32. Set remote IP. Set auto access. Ping. Set type of the interface. Tunnel. And set interface port 10, the WAN port, right? And with next and end, all the configurations are set and saved. All right, let me try out. Execute ping 172.1602, right? It is set. And let me check the GRE tunnel is established or not. With execute ping the other GRE node. What was that? 701601. As you can see, the GRE tunnel nodes are established and they can see each other here and here. And let's go in headquarter with execute ping GRE tunnel node in marketing branch. What was that? 72.1602. As you can see, the GRE tunnel is established between headquarter and marketing branch. Really quick, let's establish GRE tunnel between headquarter and finance branch. So let's insert the finance branch GRE tunnel configuration in headquarter FortiGate. Config system GRE tunnel. Edit a suitable name would be, for example, GRE-finance. It is added. Set remote gateway. What is that? Finance branch WAN IP. It is 10.33.130.10 and set local gateway, which is headquarter WAN IP 32.128.10. Next and end. Saved. And let's quickly jump into interface mode. Edit GRE. Guess what? GRE-finance. Set, first of all, interface port 10. Set IP. Let's say 172.16.100. Let's say 101 and 1. with a slash, guess what? 32, because this is a point-to-point tunnel. Right, set remote IP, which is, let's say, 101.2 with a slash 32. Alright, set allow access only ping, we need set type of the interface, which is tunnel. This is a tunnel interface. We have done with this interface with next and end. It is going to be saved, and let me check out execute ping 172 1600 1. It is set. Let's quickly jump into finance branch. Alright, now we are in finance branch FortiGate. Let's insert headquarter GRE tunnel configuration in this FortiGate. With starting config system GRE tunnel. GRE tunnel. A suitable name would be edit GRE-HQ, right? Because we are in finance branch. It is added set remote gateway, which is headquarter FortiGate WAN IP, and set local gateway, which is 3330.10 with next and end. Alright, let's jump into the interface mode. Config system interface, edit, guess what? GRE-HQ. Set, first of all, interface as always, port 10, WAN port. Set IP, what is the IP for this node? 172.1600.1.2, right? With slash 32. Set remote IP, which is headquarter node 101.1 with slash 32. Set allow access only ping. Set type of the interface, which is tunnel. Perfect. With next and let me check out execute 172.1600.1.2. It is set successfully, and let me test the GRE tunnel. So execute ping the node in headquarter, which is 1600.1.2. As you can see, the GRE tunnel between headquarter and finance branch is established successfully. Alright, despite the GRE tunnel connections are established, but the local area networks cannot see each other. So if I ping finance PC from marketing branch PC 333 finance PC, it gives me timeout and the network is unreachable. And if I trace the packets 333, the packets are going to firewall and they're lost in there. Why? There are two reasons in here. Number one, we don't have any static routes to conduct the packets to reach to the destination. So we do need static route in this scenario. And number two, we haven't created any firewall policy. So the packets are going to be lost when they want to go out. Now the manager asks you to make the connection between marketing branch and finance branch, the LANs, to see each other. The first thing we have to do is to create static route for each FortiGate. I start from marketing branch. Let's jump into the, I do the rest of the jobs in graphical interface in web console. Perfect. I start from marketing FortiGate. Alright, let's go into static route, FG marketing. Static route. We have already created some static route to access to the internet and create new. For the destination address, we input finance branch LAN network, which is 192.168.3.0/24. In here, what is the interface gateway? Guess what? It is GRE HQ. GRE HQ is a bridge to reach to the finance branch LAN, because as I told you before, the packets are managed by headquarter FortiGate. So the destination is finance branch network and the gateway is GRE-HQ. Another static route, I going to finance branch. In here, alright, we are in FG-finance. Quickly, let's go into static route, create new. The destination, the finance branch needs to see marketing branch LAN network in here. So the destination would be 192.168.2.0/24. What is the interface gateway? Guess what? It is GRE-HQ. And OK. It is OK in here. And let's go to the headquarter FortiGate to route the packets between branches. Let's go into static route. Here, create new. I'm going to route the packets from marketing branch to the finance branch and vice versa. To do so, I'm going to input both of the networks. So, first of all, I input marketing branch network 192.168.2.0. And what is the interface for gateway? Guess what? The network 192.168.2 has to go through marketing, GRE-marketing, right? Okay. Another static route is finance branch LAN network, which is 192.168.3.0. Gateway interface is GRE Finance. It has to go through GRE Finance interface. Okay, we have done with this section, and another thing we have to do is creating firewall policy, because if we ping another branch in here 196.222, it gives you timeout. Why? If you remember, the last error was network is unreachable, but now it gives you timeout. Why is that? Because the packets are going to firewall dropped in there. They're not allowed to get through. So we need to create firewall policy. We need to create firewall policy for each FortiGate. I start from marketing branch. Let's go to firewall policy. Here we have already created some firewall policy for internet access. Create new. I name this LAN to finance. Alright, incoming interface is basically our LAN, the incoming interface from LAN, and outgoing, guess what? It is GRE HQ. The packets have to go to GRE headquarters, and then they are be routed into finance branch. So HQ and source address, I leave it in all, guys. I once told you that you never leave it in all because of the security purpose. Destination all and service all. We don't need any NAT, guys. Remember that. You never enable NAT for a site-to-site tunnel because it may cause conflict. Okay. LAN to finance, and we need another one, finance to LAN, right? So the incoming is basically GRE HQ from headquarters. The packets are coming from finance branch in here. Outgoing is basically LAN. Packets goes to the LAN, and source address service. We don't need any NAT. Okay. Let's jump into the finance branch in here. Let's go to the firewall policy. Let's create new. Guys, let's do the same. I name it LAN to market. We are in finance branch. Marketing. Incoming LAN, outgoing. Guess what? GRE-HQ and source all destination service, no NAT. Okay. And we need another policy. The packets are coming into LAN in finance branch. So what was that in marketing branch? LAN to finance, finance to. So I named this marketing to LAN. GRE-HQ LAN for outgoing, source address, destination, service, no NAT, and okay. The last FortiGate we need to create firewall policy is headquarter FortiGate. So let's jump into the headquarter really quick. In headquarter, we need to let each traffic goes through the GRE tunnel because by default it is not allowed to go through. So we're going to firewall policy and create new. I say branch access. Branch 1. Incoming is GRE finance. Outgoing is GRE marketing. Source all. No NAT. GRE from GRE to GRE marketing. Finance to marketing. Finance to marketing. Okay. And another, I name it branch MF, marketing to finance branch. So incoming is marketing, outgoing finance, and source address all, destination address service. We don't need any NAT. Okay. All the routes and the firewall policy are created. Now let's try out. Let's go into market PC, ping 192.168.333. As you can see, the connection is now okay. And let's go into finance branch. 168.222. Nicely done. All the connections are okay. Really quick, to test if we have access from, for example, marketing branch to headquarter branch. Because of the security purpose, two branches don't have to access to headquarter LAN. 192.168.111. As you can see, network is unreachable, What does it mean? It means we need some static route in marketing branch to access to the headquarter LAN. So let me try out from PC in headquarter whether we have access to other branches. Ping, for example, marketing PC 168.222. It gives me timeout. Why? Because when it gives you timeout, it means that we don't have any firewall policy, so the packets are lost in FortiGate. So we have to go into firewall policy and create new, for example, LAN to marketing, right? So incoming interface is LAN, outgoing is GRE-marketing, source, destination address, service, and we don't need any NAT. Okay. Now it has to be okay from PC in headquarters to access the marketing branch. Alright, it's not okay. Let me figure out why is that. I trace the packets. Let me see what it goes. It seems the destination doesn't reply the request, which means we have to create some static route in marketing branch. You know why? Because marketing branch doesn't know anything about headquarter LAN. That's why we need to create a static route in marketing FortiGate. Then the firewall knows where headquarter LAN is, right? And say, if anybody, we say destination address would be headquarter LAN network. So 10/24 with what gateway? It is GRE HQ, right? Okay. Now the connection has to be absolutely okay. Here we are. It is nicely working. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please try not to forget liking and subscribing this video if you like it. I hopefully find some time to make a tutorial for learning GNS3 and VMware Workstation to show you how to make a great laboratory. See you soon.